unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valifax of the Royal Twin Fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had roused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls lose also their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valifax also spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors lured by the possibilities braved the fissure to breach the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Saint Urbane, Skirva the Wanderer, the sixth Saint Astraea with her Night Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Oh, has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you to the fissure. So that you may lull the Old One back to slumber.
Hello, and welcome to the channel High Class Cthulhu. They know you needed help, so they sent me, and I am your host. We're playing Demon Souls on the PS5. We're going to have 3 characters on the go. First is our knight, Daegal. He wasn't a great knight on the outside world, so I thought he'd make a name for himself here. Probably going to go terribly. Going to be our strength build. Probably use some faith as well, mostly for like the dialogue we can get. We won't go too heavily into faith, but you know, a little dabble. Then we have our thief, Amelia. She came here because she knew Boletaria had gone to hell, so could make some money. Going to be our dex build, using a little bit of bows here and there, not a massive amount. We will try and parry as much as possible as the game goes on. I get worse at it, I just don't know the timings, but we do want to get as many of these animations as we can. Then we have Kazamir, our wizard. He was pretty happy when King Alant brought the soul arts back to the world, and he wanted to travel to Latria and see what's going on. He's mostly going to be kind of a quality build, but most of like the enchanted weapons you can find, like the magically enchanted ones, feel like they're decks, so it kind of just works out. Reason we've got 3 characters on the go is 1, I hate myself and wanting to give myself way more to do, but also I can show you different encounters going through it 3 different ways, show you can fight bosses differently, that kind of thing. And also so I can cut out when I do terrible. So you'll never see me fight one boss for like 4 hours. Which has happened, I'm sad to say. I was going to play original Demon Souls, but most of those online features are now just gone. So you can't really interact. We won't do much like invading or summoning and things, but it's still nice to have some of those systems. I'm not massively against the changes Bluepoint made. Most of the environments are pretty great. Some of the music's a little different. Some of the enemy designs are a little different. Nothing that I'm massively upset about. So I just From and Sony, just give Bloodborne to Bluepoint, please. just give me more Bloodborne. This is going to be kind of a guide. I'm not the best at Souls games, but I know it pretty well. I feel like it gives some insight, so it will be a guide as much as I can make it. Lore, this isn't going to be a lore channel, but I will give some bits here and there. Not much for the Outpost passage. We got that big long introduction from the weird child voice. We'll learn more about them. And this kind of area seems like a little bit of a trap to get adventurers stuck at Boletaria. But other than that, there's not too much I can really say. And other than that, I'm just going to be here with you for... This is quite a short episode of 24 minutes. It was longer than that. But other ones will be much, much longer. So, get cozy. I've got a nice little bottle of water. I'll try to drink away from the mic. I may have a coffee here and there. You never know. We're going to be here a while. We're nearly out of this first little area. Just looking around, enjoying the scenery. Again, I kind of love what Bluepoint did. Some of these environments are kind of the best thing I've ever seen. I just love them. And we've got these weird little archstones, our way to teleport around. Again, this kind of ferries you on. Unlike other part of the games, if you die during this tutorial, you cannot continue it. It just moves you on, which is the whole... Probably a little bit of a trap from some certain character. And as also we go and we kind of get some setup for the boss of this area. Lots of these little parts are placed to train you to do certain things, like we'll be coming up to in a minute. A place that's kind of teaches you how to parry, how to backstab, that kind of stuff. We've had kind of just foot soldiers up till now. Soon that will change. Again, there's not much way you can... I guess you can play these differently. If you're a magic character, you can just shoot everyone from a mile away. It's not difficult. If you're not good at this game, just play magic. There are some bosses that don't agree with my statement, and we will see them much later. We have our first new enemy, the Blue-Eyed Knight. I guess, have we fought any dregs? Have they all been foot soldiers? I think we fought some Dreg Knights. The Dreg Knights were like slave soldiers, or the poorest, that were just fodder in battle. And then I guess there's foot soldiers that are a bit better, and there's these like Blue-Eyed Knights that are cool. Best way to deal with them is backstab or parry. But these hallways are kind of designed for you to be doing these very nice parries. I just drank some water, okay. Water. Missing the T. We've only got a few weapons at the moment. Daegal here has his longsword. He's got a little short sword, which is the same weapon Kazamir has. So for a while, Kazamir isn't going to really stand out weapon-wise. As we go, I'm going to do every world, like World 1-1, World 2-1, World 3-1. If you don't know what any of this means, it will be explained as we go. But I'm not going to like jump to areas that are better for certain. Like, it'd be better to go to... Oh my god, I forgot. The Storm Coast, is that it? I've forgotten the one. It's fine. One of the later levels has a weapon very early on that would be great for Kazamir. The Crescent Falchion. But we won't be doing that. We'll be going in kind of order. So that it doesn't get confusing. Like, you would then have like no character for a while. but you know. Anyway, there's a big pot of guts, and also all the enemies are looking towards you. They're not looking in towards where the boss is, so it does kind of look like they're feeding and keeping the boss of this area alive for a very specific reason. We'll get to that. I love this little hallway down here, but we're gonna run back. And behind us, I'm really trying to get that parry. You don't actually have to really, like, a parry does block as well, so even taking the risk, obviously you don't block as much as you would just holding block, but why not take the risk with a parry? It's cool as hell. Back here is a healing item. Each healing item is based on a phase of the moon: crescent moon, full moon, half moon. And the closer to full moon, the stronger the healing item. Pretty much. I just love like the foliage growing everywhere. Half moon grass, slightly strong. Stronger than our crescent moon. I don't remember the phases of the grass. I love walking through these areas. Look at the light, the god rays on these decrepit hallways with the foliage growing and the crumbling rocks. It's just, you just hang out in these rooms. Hang out in photo mode for hours. See, as I was saying, there's a boss. There's a boss coming up, and the enemies are feeding it, which does. Whoever's plotting this whole thing, they have a lot of influence. So the big guy, when we go through, feed up on that grass there, Daegal. We're going through this. He is the Vanguard Demon, and I love him. His big bulbous body, going through that like god ray, his weird back mouth, his bulging, jiggling everything. He's just great. His chains wrapped around his little spines. It's just a great design. He does look a bit different from OG one, who was more of just like a little winged cyclops in a really beige room. This goes way better. It's how you fight him is either with Kazamir, you just shoot him with fire. I wouldn't recommend shooting him with a bow. He can kind of close distance quicker than you would think. Best thing to do is just roll around his attacks and hit his behind. He only has like a big swing. If you're behind him, he'll do a little flutter in the air and a AoE splash damage like so, but you can just walk away from it. It's not a big deal. Staying in front and trying to dodge his swings, like the hitbox on his axe is weird. Like it's bigger than the axe, and sometimes you will just get hit by it, and it will feel really unfair. This may be another reason I have multiple characters, just for this opening, because some of them might not make it through. Like so, she died. I feel like I should have survived, but I didn't. It's fine, Amelia doesn't get to see what's on the other side of this boss fight. Because yeah, as I said, if you die during the tutorial, you are moved on to the Nexus. But you don't want to do that. There's an unknown egress to carry on to. See, Kazamir's doing damage. Big damage. His other spell he's got other than this thing is Water Veil, which I'm pretty sure just means it's harder for you to be set on fire. I don't think it's very useful. I don't think I'll ever use it once. Yeah, we're almost done. It's not difficult for Daegal. The only real problem with him is he can't roll. He does a fat roll. There is 3 types: a light, medium, heavy roll, depending on how much armor you have. But you know, Daegal's doing that heavy roll. Kazamir, quick roll. Amelia, quick roll. These two did it, and they're loving life. Demon vanquished. And now we get to open another archstone to the unknown egress. And get a great demon soul. This episode is sponsored by them. In association with Chains for Demons. If you're looking for a devilish demon drip, just like Vanguard, come to Chains for Demons. It doesn't have a link to where you should go. It just says enter the offer code THEM on checkout. What do you get? Oh, it's a demand. Okay. Enter offer code them at checkout. We are now in the unknown egress. First thing here, just behind these little stairs. Ignore the big dragon. Ignore that. Next to these stairs is a iron helmet. It is the original Demon Souls like knight's helmet design. People were annoyed the newer helmet didn't have quite bigger beak on it, so here it is. If you can get past Vanguard, you get the original helmet. Where this is, I'm not entirely sure, because this is a later boss. What's his name? Is it the Demon King? Dragon King. Dragon King, I think it's his name. God, this was meant to be a guide. But the arena it's in is not its actual boss fight, so I'm assuming it is in the actual area, but maybe in a different volcano. I don't know. And the other upsides that come in it, other than that helmet, is there's some grass, there's some crafting components, and there's also this statue of a big bearded dude that I really enjoy. He's just cool. I also love the effect of him breathing and all like the smoke in these braziers being blown around. It's just a great effect. But yeah, big bearded dude. Don't know who he is. He's cool as hell. There's really nothing else here other than your definite death. I think I missed that full moon grass with Daegal, but that's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Some hard stone shards. I'm a bit far away from the monitor, can't read it. I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark. We're just gonna get these, and then we're gonna man up and we're gonna fight this boss. We can't solid snake our way around it, like you actually do the real boss, but here he is. God, he's amazing. I love him. I'm dead, and I'm not going to speak for a bit because you got other people talking.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 Archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
We are imprisoned. We have like a nexual binding and we cannot leave. And we're a spirit now. We're just a spirit now. But again, we have a lot of people to talk to, so I will leave you to these crestfallen. Stop looking down there, Kazamir. Speak to crestfallen.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero? Hunting for demons? Try one of the Archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria?
I'm Stockpile Thomas. When the Scourge came, I didn't know what hit me. When I came to, I found myself here in this Nexus. My wife and daughter fell victim to the demons. But I would be worthless in battle. At the very least, I hope to lend my assistance to you brave slayers of demons. I would be happy to lighten your load and look after any excess baggage. When the scourge came, I abandoned my wife and daughter and fled like a coward. When I came to, I was in this nexus. I haven't dared venture outside these walls since. I wish I could do more, but I am ignorant of the world beyond these walls. My candle maiden cared for me during my first days here. She says very little, but has a kind heart. She's just the age my young daughter would have been. Poor girl. Trapped here with her eyes occluded by wax. If only something could be done to help her.
She's a 1,000-year-old demon. Stay away, Stockpile Thomas. He's a great dude. He keeps all your stuff.
Best of luck to you.
You new here? Are you here for my services? The name's Baldwin. I'm just an ordinary blacksmith. It's simple. Just bring me all the souls you can. In trade, I'll give you weapons, or forge the ones you already have. With your souls, I can eke out a living. And with my weapons, you can go on living. Not a bad deal, eh? If you haven't heard, there's another blacksmith at the entrance to Stone Fang Mine. He's an eccentric old man. He knows his trade well. He's the only sane one left in a town of soul-starved men. If you do meet him, no, forget it. That stubborn old ne'er-do-well will just chase you off. There aren't enough smithing tools in this temple to handle all the work. Only certain ores can be used to forge weapons, but you'll just have to make do. And be thankful that I can do anything for you at all in this forsaken place. Do come back alive. I need your business.
Oh my, how has this happened? Has God abandoned us for King Alant, failing to show proper respect? Oh, Mbasa. Oh, Mbasa.
So our 3 heroes have made it to the Nexus. Amelia isn't too sure. She's used to, being alone. And she's a bit wary of all these other weirdos hanging out here. Very miserable. She'll be okay though. Then Daegal, he's still not doing great. He thought he'd be a hero and now he's actually dead. He's praying to someone. He's not really sure who. And Kazamir is loving it. He literally now can't die and can just learn as much as he possibly wants, It is going swimmingly for Kazamir. He has a topless ghost with him. Everything's great. here we are, Gates of Boletaria, World 1-1, and where we will be carrying on next time. Next time's going to be a long-ass episode, so I hope you're ready. Thank you for watching this. If you've got all the way to the end, it's great, and I hope you come back next time. Stick around the channel, there will be other stuff here, or look on Twitch, because I may be streaming. Who knows? But, yeah. Guess that is everything, and Umbasa.